You have 10,000 options on Netflix. New movies every week. Trending series everywhere. But you're watching The Office. Again, Friends for the 12th time. Harry Potter for the 20th. And everyone keeps asking, why don't you watch something new? But here's the better question. Why do some people crave novelty, while others find comfort in the familiar? Is it laziness? Nostalgia? Or is it something way deeper in the way your brain is wired? Stick with me, because what you're about to discover might explain everything. We live in a world obsessed with what's new. The algorithm pushes you to explore new episodes, new content, new everything. But some people, they ignore it all. They know every line, every scene, every joke. And yet, they press play again, before you judge them. Understand this. Rewatching isn't about being stuck. It's psychological. Let me show you the 4 types of rewatchers, and what's actually happening in their minds. Type 1, the comfort seeker. For these people, life feels unpredictable. Work stress, relationship problems, the world changing too fast. Their brain craves something stable, something safe. And that's where rewatching comes in. Psychologists call this predictability bias. When life gets chaotic, the brain seeks environments it can control. They know how the episode ends. They know the character survives. They know the joke is coming. And that certainty? It feels like a warm blanket in a cold world. It's not about the story anymore. It's about the feeling, the emotional safety. For them, pressing play on a familiar show is like coming home after a long day. Everything is exactly where it should be. Type 2, the cognitive rester. These people are mentally exhausted. Their job requires constant thinking, decision-making, problem-solving. By the end of the day, their brain has nothing left. Watching something new requires effort. You have to learn new characters, follow new plots, pay attention to details. But rewatching? That's autopilot mode. Their brain doesn't have to work. It can just exist. Psychologists call this cognitive load reduction. The brain is like a battery, and rewatching is how they recharge. Without using more energy, they don't need stimulation. They need rest. And familiar content is the only thing that doesn't demand anything from them. It's background comfort, mental white noise, a way to be entertained without being drained. Type 3, the nostalgic anchor. For this type, rewatching isn't about the show. It's about the memory attached to it. Maybe they watched it with someone they miss. Maybe it reminds them of a better time in their life. A time when things were simpler, when they were happier. Psychologists call this emotional time travel. The show becomes a portal, not to the story, but to the person they used to be. Every rewatch is a visit to their past self. And even though life has changed, the show hasn't. It's frozen in time, waiting for them. This is why people cry during shows they've seen 10 times. It's not the scene, it's the memory. The feeling of who they were when they first watched it. For them, letting go of the show feels like letting go of that version of themselves. So they keep coming back, not because they forgot what happens, but because they don't want to forget what it felt like. Type 4, the detail hunter. These people don't rewatch because they're stuck. They rewatch because they're curious. They believe every show has layers, hidden details, small moments they missed the first time. Background jokes, foreshadowing, subtle acting choices. For them, watching once isn't enough. The story isn't complete until they've caught everything. Psychologists link this to high openness and analytical thinking. Their brain loves puzzles, patterns, connections, and rewatching is how they solve the puzzle. It's not repetition. It's exploration. And every time they notice something new, it's like watching it for the first time again. For them, a show isn't just a story, it's a world. And they want to see every corner of it. So here's what all 4 types have in common. They're not avoiding growth. They're not stuck in the past. They're choosing what their mind needs. The comfort seeker is protecting their peace. The cognitive rester is conserving their energy. The nostalgic anchor is holding on to their story. The detail hunter is deepening their experience. None of them are wrong. They're just wired differently. And in a culture obsessed with the next big thing, they've learned something important. Sometimes the best thing isn't new. It's familiar. But here's the real question. Does watching something new make you more interesting? Or does knowing what brings you comfort make you more self-aware? Maybe the people who rewatch aren't stuck. Maybe they've just figured out what actually makes them happy. So which one are you? The comfort seeker? The cognitive rester? The nostalgic anchor? Or the detail hunter? Drop a comment and let me know. And tell us, what's your comfort show or movie? If this made you think differently, hit subscribe.